Welcome back to Primetime News, and a special welcome if you're watching on onespotmedia.com. More than $1 billion so far, the estimated dollar value of damage and destruction across the island from days of downpour. Heavy rain from the outer bands of Tropical Storm Zeta has put the government in a financial bind. Giovanni Dennis explains.
What was the Cane River Road in St. Andrew? Now dangerous to even walk across. The repair here won't be overnight. It's part of the road from Papine to Bull Bay in St. Andrew. Stephen Shaw is head of communication at the National Works Agency.
The corridor leading from Papine to Bull Bay is impassable, and that will be the case for a little while because there is a major failure in the embankment there by Cane River, and that is going to take some doing to have that reconnected.
At the local government ministry, Minister Desmond McKenzie stepped out of a virtual cabinet meeting to give an update. Cane River is one of the areas he visited.
I was there on Saturday, and there are at least 3 breakaway in that area that is going to require not just resurfacing the road, putting back the road, but you're going to have to put in some massive supports.
There was damage in 11 of the 14 parishes. He says a comprehensive response is being discussed at Cabinet. In the meantime, the Bogwalk Gorge remains closed to vehicular traffic as teams are working to remove rocks and deposits of silt.
We now have to be using an excavator with a hammer to try and reduce the size of those to manageable portions that can be moved from off the road. Then we have a heavy deposit of sand on the road. We have already moved several truckloads of sand from the corridor. The concern for us in that particular area, though, is that the river continues to be high. The water in the channel continues to be high. And so if we get more rainfall in sections of St. Mary, other sections of St. Catherine, the catchment area for the gorge, we are likely to be back at square one.
Several other roads across the island are still impassable. Now, with more rain in the forecast, the impending bill from Zeta, along with the ongoing COVID response, is daunting.
It is going to be a problem. We can't cut back on what we are doing for the public health sector as it relates to COVID. But also, the resources will have to be found, and Minister Clark will have to come up with some answers as to how.
Mr. McKenzie conceded that the government cannot afford to fix all the damaged areas immediately.
We are not going to be able to deal with every single thing that has taken place within a week, a month. Some of it is going to take time and it's going to push over into the new year.
In terms of a dollar value of the estimate of some of the damage that we're seeing so far, I know you've said we haven't seen the final thing just yet, but what are we looking at in terms of an estimate, in terms of a dollar value of this damage? How significant? What can you say?
One thing I'm prepared to say is going to be over billions of dollars. More than $1 billion.
Despite the challenges ahead, Mr. McKenzie says the government is optimistic. Giovanni Dennis, TVJ News.